Do you have questions on how to properly care for your pet? When is the right time to get your pet spayed or neutered? Or maybe you're looking for a place for your pet to stay while you go on vacation. Mapleview Animal Hospital. Dr. Bader from Mapleview Animal Hospital gives you great advice for your pets. Mapleview Animal Hospital on Panther Drive at the corner of Riley and 136th on Holland's North Side. And on the web at mapleviewanimalhospital.net. Mapleview Animal Hospital. They love your pet like you do.
Christina Lewis, teacher at Saugatuck Schools, and also Jason Pasatta. He's the Development Director of Career and Technical Education for the Ottawa Area Intermediate School District. Guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
We're talking about what I find, again, I think it's a really cool idea. Basically, a how-to, or rather what-to guide for kids in the Saugatuck area, and it was written all by kids. And you were explaining to me before we broke for traffic and weather where the idea came from. Did you feel that there was kind of a gap in what to do for kids in the Saugatuck area? Is that why the project started?
I think there's a lot for kids to do in the Saugatuck area, but so many people who visit see it as, an art community, adult community. But there really is a lot of really neat places. There are a lot of really neat places for kids to go. A lot of the shops are very kid-friendly. And then, some of the historical sites around town. And, of course, there's the beach and Mount Baldhead and all the different places that are great for kids.
Well, we were also speaking off the air before we started how this is an interesting opportunity not only to have the kids voice their opinions about what they like to do in the area, but actually write something that's going to be read by more than just the teacher. People are actually going to read this. So they kind of work a little bit, I don't want to say harder on this project, but they definitely have to prepare for it because people are going to use this.
Yeah, absolutely. When it's more of an authentic activity, something they know people are going to see and use, they definitely put more effort into it. I try to incorporate different projects like this into my class a lot, just simply because of the fact that they know someone else is going to read this, and so they've just put a little bit more time and effort into it. They ask more questions of me. Can you check this one more time? Will you go through this one more time with me? And
if only you had that kind of enthusiasm in all into
Yeah, right. I wish, right? But they don't really necessarily see it as work then either. It's something they're enjoying and they're really getting into it. And they did a great job with this project.
The website again is By Kids for Kids, visitorsguide.weebly.com. Essentially, a visitor's guide by kids for the Saugatuck area. Well, we went over some of the enthusiasm. You said that they're very enthusiastic about doing this. Describe that for me. When they first took this project on, how long did it take them, and was there motivation from start to finish?
We started around, I think it was September or October of last year, and they really were excited about it from the very beginning. I'd given them, we came up with a huge list of places in town that they like to go, things they like to do. And then from that list, they each got to choose 3 or 4 that they wanted to focus in on and write about. And so they were really excited about it from the beginning because they were choosing the topics they wanted to write about, places they knew, places they loved, the places they had memories with their family. And so then they had to go out and start interviewing and gathering information. And that was probably the hardest part for the kids, making phone contact, setting up interviews. We had to practice how to do that because they really had a difficult time with that. I mean, for a 12-year-old, 13-year-old to call an adult and set up an interview and go in and complete it was hard for them, but they got through it. They did a great job, gathered their information, and then they started the writing process. And they were still really into it at that point too, pretty excited. It started to feel a little bit more like work though when we got to the peer editing stages and the meet with Miss Lewis and conference stage, but they persevered and they did a great job and they were really happy with the final outcome. So.
Well, that's probably pretty intimidating, like you said, as a 12, 13-year-old to talk to adults of area businesses. Absolutely. I don't know if I'd be able to do that as a 12 or middle school
right.
seventh grade student. So I think they deserve a lot of praise for being able to step up and really take on a pretty mature project.
Yeah, and the business leaders were so gracious. They give up time for our kids to come in and take a little tour and interview with them and take pictures and some videos, things like that. So we were very thankful to have them on board for the entire project.
Christina Lewis, she's the teacher, head of this project. It's a visitor's guide by kids for kids in the Saugatuck area. The website is By Kids for Kids, visitorsguide.weebly.com. And also joining us this morning is Jason Pasatta. He's the Development Director of Career and technical education for the Ottawa Area Intermediate School District. What's your connection to this project, Jason?
So we work with area teachers through what's called the Future Prep program through the ISD, really helping teachers think about how can you connect the curriculum and the standards you have to teach each and every day to local community and businesses and things that exist within students' backyard. So really making things come to life and making it more authentic, as Christina said, for their students.
And have you been in connection with some of the students? So what are your thoughts on how they've been handling this project?
I think they did a great job. I mean, as Christina said, one of the hardest things for students is contacting adults, doing interviews, doing those real-life things that we have to do each and every day. For them to step out of their comfort zone and really create this authentic writing like this and do such a great job is pretty astounding.
The website, if you want to see some of the kids' work, is by Kids for Kids VisitorsGuide.weebly.com. It's a kids' version visitor's guide, so to speak, of the Saugatuck area. And I'm looking at some of the lists on here. I mean, we've got Charlie's Rounds, the Corner Ice Cream. There's also Crane's Orchard. You've got the soda fountain. I mean, and these are things that kids want to go to, and I think that really hits to the core of what this project is all about. Was there any challenges? You mentioned interviewing the adults and interviewing some of the businesses. What are some of the challenges the kids had to deal with when doing this?
Honestly, I think that was the biggest challenge for them, just getting out there. We did create some videos, however, as well, and they did a fantastic job with these videos. But some of them used more popular music, so we had to scrap some of the videos, copyright issues and what have you. So
we understand that in this business.
I'm sure. So that's going to be our focus this year. Maybe writing a few articles of different places that maybe aren't on the list right now, but then getting out and having the kids write. Do some more interviews and write up some scripts for videos, and then get out and tape the actual videos so we can get those on there too, so people can see the places and hear the kids talking about them as well as read about them.
When your students saw the stuff online, what were the reactions like?
They were very excited to see their own writing up there. I mean, obviously, kids, they understand the internet. They know that everybody can see this. But there were a few kids whose articles they hadn't gotten up there for some reason, and they were, "Where's mine? Mine's not on here. I need it on here." So they very much want their work out there for everyone to see. They very much want people to be reading what they wrote. So,
Christina Lewis, teacher, Saugatuck Schools, 7th grade teacher. Also Jason Pasatta, he's a development director, career and technical education for the Ottawa Area Intermediate School District. You can find more information, doingmoretogether.org. That's for the Ottawa area schools. And the website, if you want to Google this to see what that Saugatuck Guide for Kids is, you can just Google by Kids for Kids VisitorsGuide.weebly.com. And really this is really, when you think about this, if you have a family, this is something that not just kids are going to use. I mean, I can see parents going on here going, what are we going to do with the kids this week? And they'll go onto this website and get an idea, which I think is great. I could see myself doing this with a family. So, guys, I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thanks so much.